Hey everyone, it's Cam with Superfly, and today I'm excited to take you through a walkthrough of our new Divi Events plugin. So what I have here is just a sandbox WordPress installation, and I've already installed the Divi Events plugin and I've activated it with my API key. So once you get to this point, you will notice that you've got your new Divi Events tab on the left side of your dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and click that tab. And as you'll see, I've already added 4 events to my site. Obviously, you will not have these off the bat. So let's go ahead and create a new one so you can see how to do that. So I'll just click Add New at the top. And I'm going to create just a future event. And I'm going to call it future event number 3 because I already have 2 of them on here. And I'll just set this to be later this month. You can also set your event excerpt. And choose a featured image. And of course, create your actual event page, whether you want to use the standard Divi editor, or WordPress editor, or the Divi builder. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that 3rd event. All right, so now I have 5 events in here. That should be a good number to go ahead and test our new Divi Events module. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually create the page that we want to bring these events into. So I'll just go New Page. And we might just call this events, or maybe you want to call it upcoming events or calendar or whatever works for your site. And we're going to go ahead and publish this, and we will go build this on the visual builder. So I'm going to view the page. Right now it's a brand new Divi page, pretty boring. But if I enable the visual builder, we can get to work. All right, so we're going to start with just a full width row, and we're going to use the Divi Events module. And as you'll see, it already starts pulling in some events with our default settings. So by default, it's going to pull in upcoming events in the list view, and it's going to set these other things accordingly. But we can go ahead and look through these and see the differences. So first of all, you can choose whether you want to have upcoming events, past events, or all events. So that's the reason I created a few in the past, just to kind of demo that. There are our past events, here are our upcoming events, and if I choose all, it'll show all of them. Now when you choose upcoming events, they're going to be sorted with the most recent first. If you choose past events, they're going to also be shown with the most recent first, but that'd be kind of reverse chronological order. And then all events just shows from the past to the future. So I'm going to leave this set to upcoming events for this one. Next, you can choose if you want to use a list or a grid layout. So in this case, it's defaulting to list, but we also have a grid view available. And a grid view is going to show a 3-column grid, which looks a little funky here because I didn't do a featured image for the event number 2. So maybe I'll switch this one back to list. And then lastly, you can choose how many events you want to show. So in this case, we're showing all events, which is the -1 parameter, but you can change this to any number you want, and the display will update accordingly. So I'll just leave it on 3 for now. We can decide if we want to show or hide the featured image. And then we can choose the date format. So right now we're just showing the date, but we can choose to show the date and time. We can choose to do a custom date format using the PHP format guide. If you want to click this little link here to talk about that. And then we can show and hide the excerpt or the button. And we can change the button text. So those are all of our display options, and then I'll go into the design tab here and kind of showcase what we can do in terms of styling. So for the title, date, excerpt, we can change the font style. So of course you've got your standard Divi font selection here. Maybe you want this to be bold and red. You can do the same for date and excerpt. You can do custom button styling. And then there's some options for the sizing, spacing, border, box shadow, transformations, and animations for the entire module. And lastly, I'll point out that under the Advanced tab, if you're someone that knows a little bit of CSS, you can come into the Custom CSS section here, and I have fields for individual events, title, date, excerpt, image, and button. So for example, we can add a border to every event, maybe a little bit of padding, whatever you want to do there. Also, if you want to change the title to do something other than what Divi allows you, maybe we want to do, I don't know, opacity, or anyway, you get the idea. Custom CSS for all of those pieces of your events layout. And that's really it. That was a really quick introduction, but you can kind of see the flexibility there. If I go ahead and save this page, I'll go ahead and load it outside of the builder so you can see all of these layouts are responsive, of course. So in the list view, at a certain point, the image is just going to start to stack. And the grid view responds accordingly as well, going from a 3-column to a 2-column, and then eventually just a single column stacked view for mobile. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to our Superfly support team. We'll be quick to answer. And also, because this is a new plugin for us, if you want to do something different with this and this can't handle it, please let us know. We'd be happy to add features to this and build it out to be very usable for everyone. Thanks a lot. Good luck.